A group, National Good Governance Advocates NGGA, has hailed Vice Admiral Ibot Ite Ibas, retired, the sole administrator of Rivers State, for his transformative leadership and meticulous stewardship of the resources which have driven unprecedented development in the state. In a detailed report made public at the press conference in Abuja, the NGGA celebrated Ibas for rescuing Rivers from the brink of collapse and restoring stability, security, and public confidence. The national president, in his address, Dr. Abiodun Israel, recounts how Governor Similaye Fubara's administration plunged the state into chaos through brazen abuse of constitutional norms, including his unlawful attempt to declare the seats of 27 elected lawmakers vacant over political differences.
The contractors, Julius Berger, MCC, and Krembo, named in the first report, should publicly reaffirm that they are committed to transparency and also distance themselves from the propaganda of inflated sums being peddled by unscrupulous elements. This will, in no doubt, further expose the hollowness of this allegation. And finally, Governor Fubara must be held accountable for his baseless campaign of blackmail. We are certain that his penchant for propaganda will once again plunge Rivers into political unrest if this goes unchecked, thereby undoing the peace and stability which the sole administrator has painstakingly maintained. In conclusion, the National Good Governance advocates wish to remind everyone that behind every dramatic turn in history lies a crucible moment of painful reckoning. For some, the emergency rule may have seemed premature, excessive even. Yet, as we observe the return of peace, the reopening of institutions, and the restoration of public faith, we must acknowledge that inaction would have been catastrophic in this case, because waiting for the breakdown of law and order to cascade into anarchy before acting is akin to refusing to deploy firefighters until the house is reduced to cinders. However, Mr. President, bound by his oath, did ignite the spark of decisive intervention and did not falter, nor did he abdicate responsibility. The president's oath did not permit him to stand by while partisan strife strangled any of the nation he was bound to protect. No, it demanded action. Vice Admiral Ibas, in turn, answered the clarion call with a rare combination of discipline and empathy, with structure and civility, with decisiveness and integrity. The National Good Governance Advocate reiterates in the strongest possible terms that the allegation of contract inflation and treasury looting against Admiral Ibas are baseless, malicious, and politically sponsored. They emanated from the propaganda arsenals of a governor who has returned from suspension not with humility but with hostility, not with repentance but rebellion. Governor Fubara, on the other hand, has demonstrated that he remains unrepentant, self-absorbed, and vengeful. His obsession with propaganda is a danger to Rivers State and a threat to Nigerian democratic stability. His conduct must therefore be monitored closely by President Tinubu and resisted by all who care for peace within and outside Rivers. Let it be known to all, Rivers State belongs to its people, not to the whims of a rebellious governor. Its treasury is not a pawn in the game of propaganda. Therefore, let Rivers State, and indeed all Nigerians, remember this time as the dawn of a new governance and not of authoritarian imposition. Let Admiral Ibas not merely be remembered for stabilizing a state under emergency, but for designing the foundational stones for its peaceful democratic rebirth. Indeed, the National Good Governance Advocate thanked Mr. President for his timely intervention and equally commend Admiral Ibas for answering a call to service once again.
Mohammed Jinadu, Voicetv, Nigeria.